Okay, I'm up. It's 5:05. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty tired though. I didn't go to bed till like midnight. Well, I was in bed. I couldn't fall asleep until about midnight. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty tired. But I'd rather just get this over with than wait later. So I'm gonna get dressed and then head out. All right, the time is 5:22. Whew, I'm cold. 5:23. I'm about to head out. This is it, Georgia. Goodbye. I'm gonna take my trip slow since I'm tired. I'm gonna just go slow with my drive. It says my ETA home is 5:27 p.m., which means I'll probably be home by like 6:37 p.m. But yeah, I'll talk to you at the next break. Or the first break, I guess. Bye!
Therapy isn't about fixing what's wrong with you.
I'm in Alabama.
It's about giving yourself the care and support
Which means
you deserve.
Whether
you're struggling in your relationships, feeling overwhelmed, or just need someone to talk to, ready to heal.
So let's see, it's 5:52. So it should be 4:52 then, because Alabama is an hour back. So now the real time, the realness begins. It took a few minutes, but it's there. We're at 4:58. I can't wait till the sun comes out. I hate driving in the dark. I hate it. Okay, so y'all remember how the other day I was talking about how much I love true crime and I believe in justice, and that is very true. However, I will say I think that crime, much like art, is very subjective. I think crime is labeled, like, for instance, just simple, something small, smoking weed is a crime in only certain states, right? Murder is a crime across the board, across the, that is also subjective because people get away with murder all the time. Anyways, let's not get into that. I had a point that I wanted to bring up. I believe in crime and I believe justice should be served. I also believe in owning up to your shit, man. Cause I'll be damned if I get murdered. For one, I'll be damned if I get murdered and then I'm never found. Y'all better find me. I don't give a fuck what you do. You better find me. And then two, I'll be damned if I get murdered and then the person who had the balls to kill me doesn't have the balls to own up to it. Nigga, do your time. You was all big and bad when you was killing me. But now you scared. Nah, if you're willing to murder someone, you need to be willing to go to jail for that murder and do your time and own up to it. Have the balls to be like, yeah, I did that shit. I'm gonna go ahead and do my time. Do what I gotta do, but yeah, I did that. Own up to your shit. Other than that, that's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. Just, y'all gonna find me if that ever did happen, because I ain't gonna stay a missing person or all this and that and the other. Nah, y'all better put boots to the ground. You better put boots to the ground. And if you can't find me, it's a conspiracy somehow. I don't know how, but you better figure it out. You better put their fingers to the keys. You know what I'm saying? Y'all better figure that shit out. But I ain't gonna stay missing, and then we're also not gonna not get me justice. You know what I mean? And if someone's willing to admit it and they don't go to jail for it, y'all better kill that nigga. Y'all better be like, this revenge is what Johnny would want. It's exactly what I would want. An eye for an eye, my nigga. That's exactly what I would want. Y'all better figure out how to take them out, whoever it may be. He, she, they, them, this, that, and the other. I don't give a fuck. Y'all better take them out. Don't let them walk around free. Y'all better pull a Dexter or something. Hopefully I have a savings in case I got murdered savings so y'all can hire a hitman or something. I'm just kidding. This is all alleged. things that I would allegedly do if I ever got murdered. But no, on the real, crime, people are scary. People are predators, you know, and it's a scary world. So while I know I'm out here posting my life to YouTube and stuff like that, you know, it's wise that I'm extra vigilant of my surroundings. And even then, you still never know what could happen, because you aren't perfect, and shit, like, yeah. Like, for instance, this drive. This is essentially 14 hours in a car by myself. And if anyone following this journey just happened to be that much of a creep, you know, they could figure out where I'm at in Pine Mountain or follow me home. You know, like, when I pull up to a rest stop, anything could happen. Like, especially when I've always said this my entire adult life / teenage life, I am kidnappable. I cannot think that just because I'm stronger than most other women, that I am unable to be taken by someone stronger than me. And that's just a lesson I learned when I was young. You know, we can get into that a different day. But, you know, black women and black kids, we go missing all the time. We just don't hear about it. And one time, we don't have a story, I guess, y'all, but one time I was on probation, and I was heading to Houston to Odessa. That's where my probation stuff was, and I had to go do like some court things. So I was driving to Odessa from Houston, and I was in the left lane, and I was unaware that when you're in the left lane, it's for passing only. That is now something I'm aware of, and I stay in the right lane when I'm on road trips. So I got pulled over, and I had like literally like a half a joint on me, less than that, and the cop asked me about it. I told him, I was like, yeah, I got a little bit of weed on me, but I threw it somewhere in the car because I got scared. I was like, I actually have no idea where it is, but it's somewhere in the car. And he's like, okay, I'll look for it. Da 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 da. So while he's looking for it, I'm actually talking to like his lady cop partner, which, you know, we had good conversation. She was gay as hell, so I bonded. Like, I try to make sure I say yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. I'm very respectful of cops, because most of the time too, like, I am doing something wrong, or two, it's just like I don't want to give them any sort of small excuse to have any sort of reaction. And if they have a reaction, it's solely 100% on them, and I am like good in the sense of like, I didn't do anything to provoke that reaction except exist. Anyways, so he gets done searching my car, and he finds it. He's like, is this it? It was like literally like a fucking roach. He's like, is this it? And I was like, yes sir. He was like, oh, I'm not worried about that. Like, you know, just go ahead and like get out of here. But he's like, just be careful. I was like, oh yeah, like, yes sir, of course. He's like, no, be careful. You're heading to Houston is what you said, right? And I was like, yes sir. He's like, there's a lot of, or you're heading to Odessa, right? And I was like, yes sir. He's like, this road in particular that I was on, like that stretch from Houston to Odessa, I guess was like a hot area for trafficking, and that's why he was there. He was a state trooper, a ranger or something, but he was like, you are an ideal candidate for trackers. He's like, a lot of African American women about your age have been going missing lately, coming from Houston or going to Houston. So you need to make sure you be careful and try to drive overnight. And I was like, what the fuck? And that's mostly why too I like to just like not drive at night and get my stretch in when I can. I'm not saying nothing can happen during the day, but that cop really, like, he was the first and only cop to actually care about my personal well-being and didn't care about fucking weed, you know what I mean? And from that point, as an adult, that's when I was like, I am still like able to be taken. And genuinely, I just didn't think, I didn't think I was invincible, but it just didn't really cross my mind that something like that could happen to me, like being trafficked. Like, that never crossed my mind. I was just like, no, like, I look too much like a nigga for people to want to traffic me, but like, that's not true. But anyways, long story long, be be careful out there. It's a fucking scary world, and people are scary, and you're not invincible, and always watch your back. And, you know, if you are not the strongest person in the world, make sure you carry, like, knives in your car, or, like, small weapons, mace. Like, I'm not an advocate for gun violence, but, like, you know, if that's your thing, like, if you are good at that, then responsibly and respectfully, you know, carry a gun, you know, just things like that. But dude, I listen to nothing but true crime because I'm determined to solve a case one day, and it does not get easier hearing these stories. I don't know why people think it does. I've been listening to true crime for what feels like my whole life, because before podcast there's the news. But man, y'all, men, y'all stay safe too, because that's another underrepresented class of people when it comes to murders. You know, a lot of the attention just goes to white women, missing white women, to be honest. And there's allegedly an active serial killer in Austin, Texas right now, the Lady Bird Lake Killer, whatever they're calling him, and the police won't acknowledge it. But it's like, you know, you don't have to acknowledge it, but you should put out several PSAs to the victim type, and the victim type is like white men. So it's just like, you know, I feel like white girls and white women were taught to stay safe because it's all you saw in the news, you know, growing up with all these infamous white women, little white girls who are now no longer with us, you know, growing up seeing only their faces in the news, not people like you. You didn't see many boys in the news that often. You didn't see many black girls, black men in the news that often when it came to being missing and things like that. So, you know, everybody stay safe, but just because you have a dick does not mean you're also invincible. Like, and last thing, and then I'll go, because I think I'm going on like a 5-minute, 10-minute rant. But if you see something, say something. And that's something I'm trying to implement more in my life. I feel like I see a lot of things, but I don't always trust what I see, so I don't say anything. But a lot of the times I feel like I see bad things happen. I need to be the kind of person who speaks up more. And I don't speak up as much as I want to, because I'm also scared of like the repercussions falling back on me, because as stated earlier, I'm not invincible. Like, I can also get, like, someone can fight me, someone can fuck my shit, you know what I mean? Like, I can hold my own to a certain extent, but if you're better than me, you're better than me. And it is what it is. But if you see something, say something. I feel like that's the main ways it's gonna like help save lives. And like, I don't know, we just, as a community that's not really together, we should really work on trying to come together and not rely on people in power or authority figures to bring us together. We should start looking out for each other now. It's never too late to start, you know. It's too late to start when something bad has happened and you can't restart that, if that makes sense. So this little quick talk turned into a whole rant. It's probably because I have a whole fucking 12 hours left, and it's easier to talk to the camera and then stop talking than having a phone call. It's just way easier that way. But I am going to go, and you know, thanks for listening to my TED Talk. Like, have y'all ever heard of the yogurt shop murders that happened in Austin in like 91? Like, someone knows who did that. And I think more of us need to listen to true crime, because we don't realize who fits that description, who was around that area during that time, and things like that. Like, I don't get why I get why cases stay cold, but they wouldn't stay cold if, like, we as community members stood up for our community members instead of standing up for the ones who are hurting our members, you know what I mean? Like, no love to cops, but like, they genuinely can't do anything and everything if they don't have anything to go off of. If everyone's so hush-hush, tight-lips, all they have is guessing, and you can't go to trial based off a guess. When you do, that's how you get wrongful convictions and things like that, da-da-da-da. So it's like, someone in Austin, Texas, y'all need to look up the yogurt shop murders, and you need to listen to some podcast about it, watch documentaries, do what you gotta do. But someone in Austin, Texas, who lived in Austin during that time, or who knew someone who was traveling through Austin of December of 91, or living in Austin of December of 91, 2 people in their 20s, that means they're probably like in their 50s or 60s now, so they're probably still alive. You know who that is, and you know, and if you even have an inkling, you need to go tell somebody, you need to go tell the cops or something, because this person could potentially not even be on their radar, and maybe they are on their radar, but they never have the definitive proof. Like, there's no need to wait for someone to die to tell on them. They need to do their time. Anyways, bye. Alright, I'm at my first stop. Loves. Gonna get some gas. Sorry, out of service. It's okay. Alright. Gonna get some gas. Gonna shake my ass now. Shake my ass for someone to pay my gas. Now I'm gonna get some gas. Use the restroom and then get back on the road. Alright. My gas tank is full and my piss tank is empty. You know, that one took $30 to fill up. I was a little under halfway. So, let's see. Takes about, I got 440 miles. And I've got, let's see how many miles to go. So I have about 715 miles to go. So like a tank and a half. So I'll do one tank, which would probably take like 40 or 50 to fill up, and then I'll take a half tank to get there. Yeah.
I shared all this with the DEA. There's a lot of good people up there, but there's a dark side. You can get into power up there and you just can get away with so much.
Alright, there's a rest area coming up in a little over a mile that I'm going to stop at. Gotta use the bathroom again, and then I'm gonna get back on the road. I haven't quite crossed into another state yet. I'm still in Alabama. And then next, pretty positive that's gonna be Mississippi. But I've been seeing some Mississippi plates, so I think I'm semi getting close. Alright, so the next right, and it says security provided. Oh, that's this exit right here. I was gonna try to pass this truck, but it's like the literal next right. It was like 2 seconds. Getting off. Gonna take a little chill. Cars this way. Skirt. Let me slow down. Come on, car. Go ahead and back that ass up. You're already coming out. Alright, I think restrooms are over here, so let's just go ahead and park. Yeah. I don't know if it's the area that I'm in, but it smells like literal shit. It smells like dookie. It's been stinking for the last 20 minutes of the drive, but I gotta pee so bad, so bye! I think I might stand corrected. I think I might be Mississippi. Because when I was in the bathroom, there's a big ass Mississippi sign, but I don't remember crossing into it. But anyways, on my way to the bathroom, I saw this sign said scenic view. So I'm going to go see what this scenic view is at the rest stop. Scenic view. It looks like it could possibly be some water or something, because there's water to my left that way. But over here, or maybe they just mean like this is the scenic view, like the water is the scenic view and it just tells me to go around or something. Maybe that's what it is. I think that's what it is. We're gonna walk the whole area and see. We're gonna see the scenic view. Let's go. I think it's just the water. Let's go. Down and this way. So it's like little trails. I don't know where it stops. Is this the scenic view? Yeah, I think it stops down here. Let's see. This is quite pretty. Shauna would have liked this stop. Let's see more. Is there more down here? Just saw a guy come back from fishing. I'm like, this is actually a great spot to fish. That's so smart. Look. I'm gonna go down. We're going down. I actually don't know how to fully get down there. And I'm a little scared, but this is beautiful. There's like a little, back there it's so hard to see, but there's like a little, what would you call that? One of those things that floats in the water, like a deck or whatever. Which was a nice, unexpected, beautiful stop. I just literally stopped at a rest stop to pee. And this was the result, and I'm happy I saw that scenic route or scenic view sign. This was great. The pick-me-up I needed. I don't know if it's gonna make sense, but I think I just came to this realization. Because I'm like, damn, I've been talking to the camera a lot since this trip, and one of my insecurities is talking to the camera and stuff like that. It's something that I address in Queer Truths Black Lens is like, you know, my insecurity of talking for the camera and just in general. One thing I realized about myself though, and I also like generally like at home and stuff, I can be a quiet person. I have energy, don't get me wrong, when I have energy it's known, but when I don't, I'm drained. Like, I'm super quiet and I don't want to talk. Something I've realized is I don't think it's not that I don't want to talk, I think it's that I don't want to have conversations. Sometimes I just want to talk, but I don't want to have like a back and forth. I just want to say what I need to say, and then that be it. Like, sometimes I just don't care about the opinions that other people have, their advice, whatever. Sometimes I just want to talk. I don't care if someone's even listening at this point. I just want to talk, say what I need to say, and then be done with it and move on. And I don't know if that makes sense, or if I'm the only person who does that, or if people do that, and if other people also do that, then like, what is that? I don't know, but something I want to think on, you know? All right, I'm stressing out because it's now saying I have 11 hours of my drive left. It just said route was updated because there's a road closed. And I only had like 8.5 hours, and now I have 11 hours left. That's how much they're changing the route. So I'm a little bit stressed because I hope that's not the case. I don't know what's happening. I'm trying to use Google Maps right now to check. It's the only other map option I have, because right now Apple Maps is telling me I need to exit soon, and that most certainly was not the case. Because now Google Maps is saying can't find a way there, 8 hours, 22 minutes. I absolutely don't know what's happening, so either way, I think I'm just gonna take this exit that they're telling me to take. No, okay. Apple's tripping. No. Okay, so Apple and Google Maps are saying to take this same exit 13, but Google Maps is saying it's 8 hours and 21 minutes, and Apple Maps is saying 11 hours. So let me just keep going straight. Let me figure this out. Alright, so I'm just gonna follow Google Maps because it's giving me the 8 hours and 19 minutes while Apple is giving me 11 hours and 19 minutes. So I don't know what they're talking about, roads closed or where, but at the very least I'm gonna ride this wave until I get to that road closure and exit then, because I'm not doing a 3-hour detour. That's actually insane. Like, I'm supposed to be home by like around 6 p.m. and they're not putting me home till 9 p.m. That's actually wild. I'm most certainly not doing that. So we're gonna stick to Google Maps and see how that works out. Ugh. So Apple Maps is wanting me to turn around essentially and go back up through this way when I'm going down through this way. My only thought is that maybe Apple Maps caught something Google Maps hasn't, as far as like the water goes, like floods or something. That's the only thing I can think of, but I haven't heard anything weather-wise, and my brother is normally up to date on that. And and now it's saying save 3 hours and 14 minutes faster route. So I don't know what's going on with. See, now it's saying go the same way. I don't know why it was tripping, but I'm happy I trusted my gut and did not take that exit to do the fucking extra 3 hours, because that would have actually made me cry. Woo! Low-key, don't trust Apple Maps sometimes. Don't even trust Google Maps. Trust your instincts.
To her, she would take the time to explain things to her, or she would teach her about
Welcome
hours
to
of subsistence.
Louisiana.
I think that